right, welcome to Vibe Osmosis. How you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. How you doing?
It's been all right. So, introduce yourself and what you do, man.
So I'm Heroin Parent. That's the name I go by, the artist name. And I make gutter pop music.
Gutter pop.
Gutter pop.
What
It's one word.
inspired? What inspired gutter pop? Hold on. I didn't know
So
this.
so like my dad was like he came up with that term. He said that like I'm a street kid and like because I'm like from the streets and that's what my music is for and that describes it perfectly. It's like gutter pop music.
So you got a new album out, all right,
Yeah.
and it's slacker pop. So kind of also relating to the theme. What inspired that title?
So I think like I guess the term slacker rock inspired it, and I feel like it kind of describes the aesthetic of the music. It's kind of slackerish, you know. And I haven't really heard many people use that term before, so I was like, maybe I can coin it.
Now, do you have a favorite song from it?
Either it's Selena, which is the opener,
Yes.
or Hearts Break the Dawn. That one's really I like that one.
What about like the Police of Love, right? Or
Yeah, Police of Love. That one is like kind of sounds fucked up. Like I was really like lazy when I wrote that song, and
well,
like
like I was gonna say that one reminds me of like a song that could have been on the radio or it could have been like a full band, but then like you get like the mix of the actual like mix itself, like how it's different panned and switch ups. I was wondering what inspired like the weird different kind of change in the sound and like the sound design behind that one.
so I guess what inspired it is that like that was the very first song that I wrote and recorded whenever I got my 8 track that's right here.
Okay.
Um, so like also kind of the Beatles kind of inspired that because on some of their songs their panning is like drums and bass hard left, and then like other things are like right. So like that kind of inspired it. The bass is like panned real left on that song, and so are the drums.
What was your recording process? What did you start with, and like how did you get the end result?
So like I started with like I think Selena was the first song that I made. That was like the only one that wasn't recorded on the 8 track. I started with that one, kind of trying to figure out what the next album would sound like, and kind of progressed. I wanted to make like a very abstract and like absurd pop album,
Nice.
but that's the only song that's like that.
Yeah.
The rest of the songs are more straightforward. It didn't go according to plan, but I still like the outcome of how the songs are.
Um, well, like, would you consider that there was like a person or an entity behind that track, or would you say like that's also for like interpretation?
It's open for interpretation. It's kind of about like Selena, the singer,
Yeah.
but the lyrics were inspired whenever I was like driving home from work one day, and I saw like a road sign of somebody who like died, like got in a car crash, and the name was Selena. So I was like, I'll make a song about her, you know.
All right, we'll get into some funny Vibo. Do you know what the name means? Like, you know what your name means?
Not really. It's kind of arbitrary. It's like
Yeah.
we talked about it on like the first Heroin Parent interview. I kind
Yeah.
of stole it from Sam Ray's Heroin Party.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say like now as like kind of it's evolved with your music, you wouldn't say like you have like a new perception on it now about like what it means to you.
Not really. I kind of hate it, honestly.
Yeah?
I don't. I want to change it, but I don't have any other ideas. I'm really bad about coming up with song like band names and stuff.
Yeah, we'll get into you know, the classics here. What movies have you seen recently?
Dude, I saw Boogie Nights recently.
Yeah, for the first
Yeah,
time?
Yeah, for the first time.
Mr. Dirk Diggler.
Yeah, Derek Diggler, the porn star. He like, you know that part of the movie where it's like 20 minutes long and it's like
Yeah.
there's that bell sound in the background and everything's going wrong. That like was the first time a movie ever made me feel like actually anxious and tense. I was like trying not to freak out when I was watching it.
Well, what do you think about like the Safdie brothers stuff where like Uncut Gems and like heaven knows what? Like would you want to say like those ones make you feel anxiety or have you seen those?
I've seen Uncut Gems and that one definitely like how fast paced and tense it is throughout like the whole movie. That one
Yeah.
definitely you can feel anxiety from that one too.
Shout out Ariel Pinkson, heaven
And
knows.
heaven knows what, yeah.
That one I think I don't know. Whenever I seen that one before I seen Uncut Gems and well, yeah, and I think whenever I seen Uncut Gems, I was like, that one definitely still made me feel like that anxiety, that rush. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of movies I think that do it well. Um, did you go see the new Leonardo yet?
No, I didn't even know. I'm so like out of touch. Like what's
The
the movie?
the new Martin Scorsese Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, that's out? Oh, I didn't even know that was out.
Oh,
Have you seen it?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I seen it in theaters and like watched it at home a couple of times now. And whenever I first watched it, I was like, I'm probably not gonna go and see this movie again because I was like crying a lot. But once it circled back around, I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot because like there was so much to like unpack in this story. Um, what kind of music have you been listening to lately?
A lot of just the Beatles and the Beach Boys. Like a lot of Magical Mystery Tour and
Yeah, so
Sgt. Pepper's.
that's a great way to start, I feel like for people that aren't too into the Beatles. That tape that they have or that video of the Magical Mystery Tour, that one is one of the most like interesting things to watch whenever you're getting stoned.
Yeah, that's my favorite album by them. The
Oh yeah.
Magical Mystery Tour. It's the perfect blend of like pop music and like trippy music because like Blue Jay Way is
Yeah.
like such a trippy song. But then you have like
Yeah.
Hello Goodbye that's like just a very sweet pop song. It's like the perfect blend.
To get into some Beatles lore, did you go ahead and watch that documentary, the Get Back, where it's like them like breaking down their song? And
No, I don't think I've seen it. No.
that one's on Disney, I think still. That one was really cool. It was just like a lot of extra footage about them trying to get that once. It's like basically like what the last record officially that they did and I don't know, like ever since I seen that I've watched like a lot of these documentaries about the Beatles and how John Lennon was very outspoken about the changes throughout the Beatles and but yet they still had like that like family relationship like it didn't matter like wherever they were gonna go like they were still tied to this and
Right, yeah.
I think that kind of happens for music right now like with the internet like no matter like where you go now it's whenever you're meeting new people and you're getting to that point it's like what kind of stuff are you doing and like how that ties with you unless you're so particular about like I don't want anybody to know anything.
Right.
I love those types. I mean, like I have a friend, like anytime like he'll sit down and like play like guitar, which he's so good at, or like play stuff. It's always like don't put your cameras on, don't record this, like put that shit in the microwave almost. You're like God damn, like I just
Yeah.
capture this like how you always play this good stuff, bro. Like do you kind of feel like you have that some stuff like you just don't want to be like shown to the world or like just like a really tight squeeze on,
Um, Not really, because like I put most of like my songs onto albums and stuff. There's usually barely any like outtakes. And
Yeah.
but at the same time, there's like these times whenever you come up with a song and like it's perfect, and then you try to record it and it doesn't pan out. And it's like in those moments, those songs have to be like left alone. That was something for like not to be recorded, it was something sacred. Like yeah,
I
it doesn't
always
translate.
say so the best songs are never recorded.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like fuck, like we forgot to click record, or like the shit crashed, and or like we were not like so involved in just jamming, we weren't even thinking about recording it. And and then I kind of hate also like once you get that really good jam, it probably takes you 15, 20 minutes and then you didn't record it, and then like okay, now let's get back to it, and you're like,
And
oh,
then
like, this is not gonna
and
have
then
the
you
same
can't.
vibe, like we lost it, The recording was what we did.
Yeah. And then it's just lost, and then it's just gone forever, you know?
So one thing I've seen this one band do is so interesting to me is basically like a songs of nothing. Like every single song is just like not even like white noise. It's just like pure blank. Like as if they went and like recorded everything and then they muted it. And then like that's how long, they might have had like a 10-minute song, but it was nothing the whole damn time. And I'm like, whoa, like that means like you have to go to their shows to see like what they actually play, and the record is like ripped from the script. It's redacted, and maybe I think it might be redacted. I can't remember. It's been a while, but I was just like, what a brilliant concept, but also like so bizarre to be like, listen to my music. It's like
Right, yeah.
meditative silence.
Dude, what band is that?
I mean, I have to do a deep cut, but I mean, I definitely have it around. Um, yeah, all right. So we'll talk a little bit about this new music, man. Whenever you were like writing lyrics and stuff, were you kind of going into that like you already had like an idea of like where you're going to do melody wise, or were you kind of jamming and then like having to go back and fix some stuff?
So, um, this album, like, this is the first time I ever like reworked songs. Like, usually, like on my previous albums, it would just be like one take and done. But on several of the songs on this one, I re-recorded them and rearranged them. And like lyrics wise, it was like very preemptive. Like I kind of went into it with an idea. And like the song on there, Dalen Glass, is like I saw a picture. I don't know if I don't know if Felix Alexander like
Oh yeah.
if he painted it or not, but like he there was a painting he posted about like the drug addicts in Portland, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it looks really cool, and so I like made that song about that. Like it's about like meth heads, like looking for meth.
Now, one thing I think might be a random fact about myself, you know. Meth ain't that bad. I'm just, I'm just joking.
That's my favorite.
Like meth is such an insane chemical, but like the most like to me like I'm like obviously I've done meth before because like I buy like random street Molly and like random like
Oh yeah, there's meth in there.
ecstasy and stuff like that, and then sometimes you're like I don't even know if that was I didn't test that, but like
Yeah,
it had me up for days, man, or like whenever I was really into buying like GHB and just like realizing like this shit makes my dick not always work, but my body goes insane. I'm like tripping all the time. I'm high as fuck. And then
for
like,
3 days straight.
oh yeah, they are. What would you say? Like, I mean, you wouldn't ever recommend heroin, would you?
Well, I've never done it before, so I can't. I would never ever plan on doing it, so I definitely can't recommend it.
I
And
used to I used to freebase heroin inside my shed and make random tapes and music, and always like after I would record it and play it, I'd play the tape throughout like a guitar amp and just hear it just like drone. It's like
that's
really
crazy.
neat sound, and just be like, man, that's the way I should have recorded the tape, man. Like
Freebase. That's like whenever you like off of
put it on
foil, right?
some tin foil and you light it underneath and smoke it up. Oh yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
One thing I can all right, so I'll tell you some heroin stories. I don't think I shared this on our other Vibo, but this one time, man, I shot up heroin, and I was driving my car back home, and it was really foggy, and it was like I lived in the country, and it just happened to be like the weird hours, like 2, 3 in the morning or something, and I just decided to drive back home. and like it got so foggy where I couldn't even see like where the road was, and I was so fucked up from the drugs. I just like pulled over. I didn't even pull over. I just stopped the car and got out of my car and just started like walking around trying to see like where like am I close to my house? And then like I realized, oh my shit, like I left my car back there. And so then like I walked all the way back to my car. And then I started driving very, very slowly. But I was just thinking, like, if there was like a car, semi, or anybody just on that road at that time, I would have been so fucked. Or like
Yeah,
a
you got lucky.
cop came by because like it was really close to the prison. So like it was just like one of those surreal moments. But I remember I finally got home and like I went to my music space, my shed, and I had like these big subwoofers, and I just like turned on like some music that I recorded, but I had like the subwoofers up so high in the bass, and I just laid down and like felt like the energy. To me, it felt like I felt like the energy of the music and everything just like conjure up in front of me in a way, and also like on my body. And I was there all night, like for the rest, I was not moving for a while. uh, what would you have you ever had like an outer body experience?
Dude, like only on like mushrooms, like high doses of mushrooms. Because I used to
Sure.
do mushrooms a lot, like 5 grams of mushrooms, listen to music, like
Yeah,
I
psilocybin would take
remember,
you there.
yeah, I remember one time I was listening to the Doldrums,
Yeah, they're
um,
great.
on like 5 grams, and like I was just like traveling through like this geometric tunnel of like of like like music, and it was really crazy.
What would you say is like your favorite part about making music now?
Dude, I
Because
would say like,
you made a move and now you collaborate and like do stuff differently outside of what you do. Would you say like that's becoming a new favorite?
dude, so like did some rehearsals today for some music, and that's probably like my new favorite, like getting together with like a band and like really trying to get down songs and like feeling the energy, whenever you get a take right and like everything is just like all the parts are moving together perfectly. That's like the best feeling. But
Um,
also just like
yeah, yeah.
also just like being in that state of like pure creation where you're just making a song and it just comes out naturally.
Right.
That's probably like the best feeling ever.
What would you say is like a new difficult like challenge that you have like working with other people now?
I guess like trying to find a middle ground, I guess, because like everybody has like different like ways they do stuff. I guess finding a middle ground between like people collaborating on something, like
Now, do you ever like come in like with your own ideas now to like make new songs, or is it still like developing like what's been recorded and like how that actually can be translated live?
um mainly just trying to translate the songs to a live like format because like I'm in
That's
like
good to
writers.
start.
Yeah. I'm in like writer's block right now. Like I haven't written a song in like a month.
So like I mean I was like kind of like I had like a cold for like really, all right, so like I think maybe like I just like probably drank so much and like didn't actually like realize how much because I was like sick for like days. Um and like and then also yeah. So anyway, I was like going through that period like I couldn't even use my voice because I was coughing up so much and like my voice was gone and I was just like one day I was like I feel okay enough to like sit on the computer and work on music again. And it like typically I hate like making instrumentals, but like
Yeah.
it inspired me to like at least make two. And then I was like, okay, no longer can it be instrumental because like I'm gonna keep on making stuff and like have to add vocals without like I mean even I guess if they're bad or whatever, I was just like I need to get that idea out. And also at the same time, I'm like, I probably wouldn't want to release that because I wasn't at my best. But at the same time, like I made that at a period where, you know, it's sick, weird music.
Yeah.
So like maybe some other people will be like, I had no clue he was coming down with a cough and like, I didn't even I feel that in the music. But
Yeah,
to
it's like fever
like
dream
it's
music.
like way more aggressive because you're like, I'm fucking mad, I'm sick or whatever,
Yeah.
Uh, So, have you seen like any like new TV shows or bullshit lately like that?
Dude, not TV shows, but I have been watching like trauma movies.
Oh yeah,
Like,
those are epic.
dude, they're so fucking awesome. Like, I watched the Toxic Avenger, that one's a classic. And
That,
then like what's it, Terror Firmer?
huh? I haven't seen
And
that one.
then what was the other one? It was like Poultrygeist or something.
Oh, one I've seen of theirs is oh fuck like no Nomeo and Juliet one or
Oh
something.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
one,
that one.
yeah, that one's really bad. Really good though.
It's it's yeah, it's,
Class of Nukem High. I think whenever I seen that,
oh
it's just like, oh man, these guys make some good stuff.
yeah, I saw that one too. That one's really good. That one like
Yeah.
I love how like absurd it is. Like everybody's so like
Yeah, I was
over
gonna
the
say
top,
that I was like that was an era to make films because they all had such cool characters and styles and stuff. Like you don't get that shit in movies now.
Yeah. And I love how like I guess it was something about B movies in the 80s where like it was like there was always like what was it, like nuclear waste, like toxic
Yeah.
waste. That's always like a part of the plot. Like
Warfare, invaders, and like random sci-fi bullshit. That's what I
yeah,
think is so interesting that like our development now is like more about technology and like better processors or like the visual effects and stuff. And I'm wondering, whenever that like renaissance of like Walt Disney happens for our generation, where it sets like a new standard or a new wave of like how this should be done or now like is good. Um,
right. Yeah.
and like it also seems like a little difficult because of all these bigger factors with like the industry, but I don't know, it seems like there's like now like a new wave of like what people are interested in, and especially with like when it comes to TV now, it's so ridiculous, man. Like one shit I've been watching lately is Naked Attractions. Have you heard of this?
I've seen clips like
Yeah, Naked Attractions is one of those hits, man. Like, I will be binge watching this shit for days and then be like, none of those people ended up like really together for that long if they even
right, yeah.
tried. But like, they were all like, I'm feeling that. I might hit that, but then nah, I'm not gonna go with that. And with some of these other dating shows, it's like drama before you even find out like who is actually compatible or not. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
I'm
So
really big on those.
what makes like Naked Attraction so like interesting for you to watch?
I mean, besides, I guess the amount of uncircumcised people and like the amount of like real like preferences on like mange or in like how much like I guess like description and facts there are behind the body that they, put in there. That's one part I think, keeps you interested because you're like, okay, like that's something that is scientific to like why, maybe something is, but also like creates like a whole other construct of like that attraction and how attraction works.
Right, yeah.
I definitely think like in real life, attraction is not that way because like you totally don't get that straightforward. I feel like in that regard.
Right, yeah. You don't usually see them naked first.
Well, or like even like if you do see them naked, say like on their first date or whatever, like the actual like, oh, I like her tits, but and I like this person's tits, but like really what's good to me is like this girl's like tattoos and like her pussy or whatever, vice versa for the guy. And then you're like, that's what's making it or breaking it for you, or telling one person has to go. Like that's hilarious. Like that shows who you really are, a character. You're like, no, those toes are just not that good. And that's where I'm like, yeah, body shaming is a thing like universal, I guess, too. Um,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, no, it feels like a little bit of like a lot of that like plays into like music and art and like find out like who because that vulnerability is shown and like that's how like I feel like a lot of that I guess you able to dive in and listen to. Like one thing I think is really cool about like the early days of like MTV and VH1 is like seeing all the different music videos and finding out like which ones like you're gonna go and like listen to that record or buy it. Um,
Right.
do you remember like the first band or first music video you seen? That one's a new one.
Dude, I think it was Help by the Beatles. Like,
Yeah.
cause yeah, cause like or like London Calling by the Clash.
Whoa, yeah, those are really cool music videos.
Yeah, those are really good. Like, that's what I grew up on. Is like punk music, and then like my grandfather also like grew up with him, and he was like really big into the Beatles. So like he like would introduce me to those songs.
Yeah. I remember I think like the most one that I ever remember was like Juice Box by The Strokes. Like seeing that music
Oh,
video
really?
and like yeah, like that so was like the staple of like gotta love that band. Now this one I guess we'll get into a new vibe osmosis question. This one's kind of funny. Um all right, if you had a time machine and you had to go back in time, or would you go forwards in time?
Dude, that's a hard question. Like, I would really like to see like the like 60s, you know, like the
Oh yeah,
Woodstock LSD days. But
definitely.
it would also be really cool to like be in the age of like space travel, you know?
Yeah,
But
I think it would happen in our future. There was something that I seen about like 2050 about us being sustainable and like certain kind of like produce and milk and stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, that's like somewhat in our lifetime of seeing like
yeah,
change of like how we have stuff. Um, if that is possibly true, I guess there's also like a lot of theories about the weather, climate change, and the elevation. What would you consider that something like people should be less afraid of?
what, climate change?
Yeah, or like the change of the future. You know what I mean? Because I think that's like a real breakthrough for like people that like in like black holes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think like there's always been like anxiety about the future. Like it's always been uncertain. So like all throughout history, we've always been scared of like the future. Like everybody thinks the world's gonna end and stuff, but
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a hard one with climate change, you know, because it's undeniable that it's happening, but
yeah.
we don't know like the time frame really, you know.
And I love the people that still think it's man bear pig. Um, so what would you consider like your deepest fear? Do you know?
Dude, that's a hard question. I really don't know. Like, I'm not too fearful these days, but it used to be like asteroids. I used to
Yeah,
be like terrified that like an asteroid would hit us. Like, I was just thinking about that today. Like, like a few years ago when I was like 15 or something, like I would like look up in the sky every day, like scared, like
I've
for
seen I've
asteroids
seen
gonna
a
hit us.
lot of stuff about meteors were going on. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
I was like looking outside and I was like, I don't see any fucking meteors, but I mean, I guess they're out there. If you're lucky. What would you say is like a favorite memory about working on music now?
Favorite memory working on music. I guess this album, like, it was really fun. It was like I would just come home from work and then like make a song every day, and then
That's
like
odd.
yeah, and then like working with more like analog equipment, like tape recorders and hardware and stuff. Like it's a lot of fun.
Now, have you learned any new tricks of the trade working with Job? Or is it kind of like each its own, trying to like show stuff and learn from?
Yeah, it's kind of like so we're working on a song right now, and I guess that's one thing I'm learning is like how to like write songs with people, like the
Yeah,
back and forth of like trying out different melodies and stuff.
that,
Because like never really did that before. Like my whole history of like making music was just me alone in my bedroom. So this is like something new, you know. The back and forth with songwriting, you know, bouncing ideas between each other.
Now, here's a switch up question. You remember the first time you had your heart broken? That's like
Um,
deep, right?
yeah, it's pretty deep.
I think I might know.
You might know. You tell me first. I'll think about mine.
Um, yeah, like this one girl I met at like a church thing, you know, and I got her phone number, called her up, and everything like that. You know, we met up again, and you know, we said, you know, we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. And then like later on, we start at school, and I have like, my best friend, we'll say JT, and JT was like, "Yeah, Jeff, like you're dating somebody now. Like, what's her name? Tell her your name." Is we'll say it was you know, Kenzie. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm dating Kenzie now. And JT was like, bro, that's my girlfriend.
What?
I immediately was like, no, no.
Oh fuck.
Heartbroken. Came home to school, was just like, I climbed up in the tree because I lived out in the nature and was just like, I'm hanging out like in the tree all day. Just like emotional. It's like,
Fucking
damn, she
hell.
played me.
That's fucked up. I guess mine was like my my first girlfriend. Like I think we were together like 2 years, I think, and one day, like out of the blue, she was like, "I'm breaking up with you because you're like too depressed," and I was like, "Oh
Oh,
fuck."
that definitely happens, I guess, to the best of us.
I guess so. I was like, "That's kind of fucked up. That's gonna like fuck with the way I like open up to people, you know?" Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's how it happens. Would you say like you started working on music and stuff, even through like tough times?
yeah. So like, whenever that happened, I immediately made like an EP.
Yeah,
Like, yeah. It's on my Bandcamp. It like sucks, but
it's the
all the
name,
stuff.
you know, the first guy, the first guy?
The what?
Is it the first, like the debut?
No, it's called like the Heroin Parent EP on
That one?
Bandcamp.
Huh.
Yeah, it's yeah, it kind of sucks, but
Are you currently working on a project right now, or is this one you're gonna sit on?
yeah, I'm trying to work on some stuff right now. I have an album that I recorded back in February that I've been sitting on for a while because I need to rework the songs, but I need to find a new way to like arrange them because a lot of them there's a lot of flubs. But I also want to make like a cloud trap album
Yeah, that's
that
right. Yeah.
that I have
Um,
like 3 songs for.
so like, you have like a doll, right now too?
Yeah, I use Reaper
Yeah,
whenever I do it's digital.
I'm a big fan of Reaper. So like right now, like if you make a song digital, and or like are you using Reaper for also like guessing tracking as well too, like recording stuff in?
Yeah, yeah, I use
Yeah.
Reaper for like for that, and I use Reaper mainly for like exporting the songs from tape
Right.
onto the DAW so that I can like get it digitally. That's mainly what I use it for. I've been using the tape machine for everything.
Now, my thing right now, like I've been mixing it up too, but like if you just like go home and like make something on like your computer and you're not really focused on like trying to use everything, do you still try to like translate that later to like what you like for me like I play like some pianos or something like using just like this and then like okay like yeah that was working so maybe I can actually go and actually use like my real keyboard or something later. Do you kind of like make your own little demos and then like add on to it later?
Yeah, that's what I was doing for like for the last album. Like I would be like at work or out doing something and I would have an idea, so I would like use my voice recorder on my phone to like beatbox and like hum the melody or something, and then actually come back to it later and like arrange everything.
So why are you against putting everything on Bandcamp now or you just waiting?
I'm just fucking lazy. I'm like, I just want to use DistroKid and do it one time, you know, instead of like
I
Bandcamp,
love
DistroKid.
I love that DistroKid now has the app. Like, oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Because they didn't have it before when I started using it, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was like, this is fucking annoying. I have to use my laptop, but now I can just use my phone.
And
And
like the fact that they say you cannot release tracks from it, and I'm like, you can just what, like send it to Google Drive, your album, and then like just keep uploading it. And I don't know, I'm like, this changes the game
it
because
really does.
you can make music right off your phone too, and just like release it.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's what like the young gen is on, but to each his own on that kind of stuff. What's your view on like TikTok?
I don't like it.
Yeah, so like with right now, I feel like a lot of songs and stuff like you find like become like bigger or reckonable or get put on the radio and stuff because of TikTok. What do you think like really sets like that vibe? Is it about the actual content or do you think like it is the song itself? Because I've had people send me like some TikTok songs and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Is it AI?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. There's that TikTok like song sound, and like something I saw this before. I don't know how accurate it is, but I saw before that like the big record labels that are like attached with like TikTok and social media and stuff will like have their artists like make a song for TikTok to use
Right.
as like an audio. So it's like a corporate like money grab, attention grab thing where it's like they'll have the artist make a song that's like 30 seconds of it. They only use that for TikTok, and it like I feel like that's like destroying like art, in the common, space.
Yeah. Well, like to me, like it makes the music realm shorten things or tighten things up. And like that's also one thing where I'm like, yeah, I mean I get now that we have so many different kind of devices that are also like reels because Facebook everything does it. Even MySpace does reels, I guess now, and I'm like,
Really?
so yeah, so everything I'm like kind of saying is like targeted towards where it's like you have like a very small snippet of like inside. I guess even like that music too. But I guess if you're generating, money from whatever avenue you can, I get it in this business, especially since things are tightening up. What would you say like your view on like we could go out to like record stores and stuff and like find like shit that's like maybe like not even like online yet and like that's like your only physical copy, you know what I mean? Like so
Right.
are you still a fan of like the physical copy realm because like there's also that like oh if it's physical I can just like upload it to the internet and like make it like always accessible or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like physical copies. I like having like a physical thing, Like I almost exclusively listen to like CDs and records.
Right.
Um, I like having a physical copy. So yeah,
Now
I'm a big fan of that.
would you say like you would do like a CD copy only release and like not put it like out online and like just have people like dish out for the actual thing?
Maybe when I think that's a good idea. Maybe when I have more of a following. I don't think I can afford to do that now, I
And
only
like
have like 40 listeners.
I'm like, well, I'm still like like with CDs. CDs are somewhat cheap and also expensive. Like whenever you're really putting down like $30, I have like a shit ton of CDs and you give out all the CDs for for free. It's
Right.
like, well, at least that's like, getting out there and like getting listened to because like that physical copy only. And then at the same time, you're like, well, if like every CD is different, if like that aspect of like, oh, like I wish that one, that one album I made for that one CD got out there, you know? I know like with like Wu-Tang, they did like that one like actual record that was like not ever to be released. And that I think would be really funny to just like put in like a lot of money into like a record that's like never gonna be heard and like but the people that like are able to hear it are able to listen to it and like how sacred that is. If you're
Right. Yeah.
if you're a fan of the band too. I
I
guess
think I might
that's
actually,
yeah.
I think I might actually do that because I have an EP that I recorded like when I was like 17. Um,
Yeah.
it was like an experimental like one take like 25-minute long like synthesizer and like drum yelling into a
Nice.
boombox. Like I might do that actually now that you say that, like only on CD and like hand it out to
Yeah.
people. I want to be one of those like those those rappers that like shamelessly sell their CDs like on the corner of the street.
Now, what I like about that, okay, is that they're so nifty on how they get money or donations, and or like find new ways of getting their like music, like putting it on a card, piece of paper,
Right.
scan
Yeah.
clip, and that kind of stuff. I'm like brilliant marketing because like you know you're getting hits and stuff where you can, and also you never know where it ends up on a lot of these because that's how people are found and born. For me, right, like me lately, yeah, like I'll put stuff like this, like some shit I got on Walgreens. Like it's like a DVD of like my music and like music videos, and just like take them to like a vapor wave or like a smoke shop and stuff, and just like you leave at least 10 or so. And like there's this
Yeah.
one spot that's like right up the road from me that like I'll come there and I'll put stuff there and like notice that it actually gets picked up, and I'm like, holy shit, like that means somebody took this on, probably watched this and getting high right now. I've been
Yeah.
I've been really interested in doing like Vibe Osmosis on like DVDs, so like one episode
Oh yeah.
at a time, and it just like goes out into the world. And then like one
Yeah.
person is like, I got an episode on DVD. Holy shit!
Like which one would you pick for to have on DVD?
No, I would do all of the episodes, like every single episode on the one DVD at a time.
Oh, okay.
Right, so it'd be
That
like
would
a
be awesome.
one feature, at a time. So
Yeah.
if you like one episode, you're gonna be like, damn.
You could have like a box set.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be
Eventually,
awesome.
eventually box set. Yeah, yeah. Whenever we wrap it all up. So here's a deep one, man. We'll get into it. You fear death? Do you know what happens to you when you die?
I don't know what happens, but it's definitely a scary thing to think about, you know? It's like it can happen anytime, and you don't know if like there's heaven or hell, or if there's nothing, or if there's reincarnation. It's like I feel like we all have that fear, you know, in us. Even
Yeah,
like, there's people who say they don't fear it, but there's definitely an aspect, a little part, a portion of that person where they're scared of that because it's so unknown, you know.
I definitely agree. Do you remember what kind of tape player you first got, or did you keep the first one you ever had?
The first tape recorder I got was a boombox
Yeah?
when I was like 16, I think. I got a
Angry guy for
boombox.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a boombox like only like you can only record once over it, no multi-track or whatever. I got
Right.
it from Doc's Records in Fort Worth, and I made my first album on that with just acoustic and singing, and it's on my Bandcamp. It's not good at all, so nobody listened to it, but
It's like not that word.
don't listen to that one. I might
I,
actually remove those.
I'm a little similar because like once you keep on like recording and making music, you find out like which ones I guess become better than the past. And I
Right, yeah.
also have a big thing of like everything that's contemporary can last forever, and the shit that's temporary is like it's still on the internet, so it's like I don't that's where I'm like at least it's hidden there. And like if you find it, you know about it too. um do you happen to know, like, if you had a chance to choose three superpowers, what superpowers you would choose?
Uh, Probably like I think teleportation would be awesome.
Teleportation, holy shit. And
Yeah.
who's the other one?
Uh, like flight or maybe invisibility or reading people's minds.
Reading people's minds, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you try and rule the world, or would you like go insane and be like, "I'm fuck everybody"?
Yeah. I'd probably go insane. Or no, telekinesis, like control shit, like Chronicle, like that movie Chronicle.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that movie.
I don't know if I ever asked you, did we get into favorite directors? You got
Favorite
any
directors?
shout-outs?
My favorite directors are probably like Harmony Korine and like Wes Anderson.
Word, okay.
Yeah, I really love Harmony Korine movies. Like I just saw Julian Donkey Boy
Oh,
recently.
nice. Very
Have
cool.
you seen that one?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie. It's very trippy. It's and like the ending part where she's like ice skating and she's pregnant and then she like falls and like that was like very like fucked up.
One movie I recently watched is Funny Man. Have you heard of that?
Uh-uh.
Funny Man is like really weird. It's like British and has one of the guys from like Star Wars or like Lord of the Rings in it. Old movie. Um, and oh yeah, have you heard about Priscilla, the movie about Elvis and Priscilla?
No, I don't
Sophia.
think I've heard of it.
Oh man, Priscilla, the movie Priscilla, man. This shit is based off of um like the memoir book of Priscilla Presley. So it's like whenever she was like 14 and she first met Elvis and like what her life looked at like once she met Elvis and her life forever changed. Um but like it looks like it basically is like the movie like it takes like a glimpse of that and like pretty nice detail. Um and like that movie, oh man, it's insane. I oh yeah, what about Maya Miyazaki? Have you seen those animes?
I don't know. I don't really watch anime. Like what are some of them?
Spirited Away guy.
I haven't seen them.
Oh man, so what like I say like the best movies to trip to, stream wise. If I ever
Oh,
take trips, I probably will always put on like a Maya Miyazaki movie. Like Ponyo, this one is like about this like fish that like becomes like life and it has like whole big story and has I don't know like I feel like the English translations are always cool because like they have really good voice actors, but like the Japanese versions, they really tap in on like the whole meanings. Um,
yeah, it's more like authentic.
yeah, yeah. Do you ever remember your dreams?
Not really.
No, I was
Like,
gonna see if you remembered the last dream you had,
um,
or like a maybe like a last nightmare.
dude, I always get these nightmares, or I used to get them a lot, where like I would have a nightmare where like I'm like biting down on my teeth really hard, and like they break and like fall out, like, and I can like feel like the actual pain of it, and
You ever woken up and you're like fighting?
yeah, I'm like,
Fighting with
oh
your
shit,
teeth.
are they still there? Yeah, they're still there. Um, yeah, like I hate those.
This one, I guess, we'll get into just a few more questions, okay? Yeah, yeah. This one, we'll go to the essential vibe osmosis question, man. Um, Stranded on an island and you could only take one thing with you. What would you bring this time?
This, I think last time I said like a coffee maker,
Yeah.
and, and you were like, well, there's nothing to plug it into, and I was like, oh shit, you're right. Uh, I
Yeah, this
guess
is like
like
Arabian coffee.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess shit. I don't even know, man. Something useful like a machete or something. You
Something.
know? Yeah, something you can use. Not a
Um,
coffee maker.
do you remember like the first like VHS you ever bought?
Uh, Evil Dead, the
Nice.
first one. It was
The
like I remember it was
original.
like a like an original like first pressing Evil Dead.
Oh, very
Like
cool.
yeah, that was the first one I
What do
got.
you think about the remakes?
I haven't seen them. Like I
Or-
mean, I don't watch a lot of movies, but
Yeah, I'd say like the last few they're okay, but the original is just like that's where it's at.
dude,
Um,
I love the original. Like I'm a big fan of like the practical effects.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That one they just had it lined up perfectly.
Yeah,
But yeah, to say all the early ones. Do you remember your first tape that you bought?
first tape. I think it was Tender Prey by Nick Cave.
Yeah, Nick Cave.
That was like the first one I got. That one was really good. And then I think I also bought like some Daniel Johnston tapes.
What would you say is like a like a random fact, like something new to share on this one, or maybe something going on in your life currently.
Um, I don't know. I really don't know.
You wouldn't say
Um,
a random. You won't know a random fact.
what?
Like I think like maybe one for example would be like whenever the PlayStation 2 first came out. First game I got was Prince of Persia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like playing this game called I Ninja on Game Boy. I mean on GameCube.
I
That was
didn't
like, yeah. I don't know if you've ever played it before, but that was
know.
like the most fun game ever. Like,
Yeah, was that your first system then? The GameCube?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it was like I would play my brother's GameCube all the time.
This one is epic. Okay. If you could change one thing about yourself overnight, what would you choose?
Um, guess I'd want to be an inch taller. So I can be 5'10".
This will be the last Vibe Osmosis question. This one was pretty good. Um, if you could have dinner with anybody in the world, alive or dead, who would you choose?
Man, that's such a hard question. I guess like I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm so indecisive. Like fucking I'll just say John Lennon.
That's a great choice.
Yeah.
Great choice. Um, all right. Any shout outs you want to give before we go?
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Zach Benlin. He's
Okay.
like uh, he's like pretty underground. He's like on Bandcamp and Spotify and stuff. But like his album Jackaroo and the Slew is very good. It's like a masterpiece. I recommend that one. And also like my friend Pico Ziotti, he made a new
Yeah,
album recently. It was really good. So I would recommend those. And Coke Light, of course. And
definitely.
then Devin's new album too.
Yeah, Devin's new album was really surprising, and like that mixing and mastering, so cool and unique.
It's very good. It's a really good album.
And like with Coke White, I'm like, you know that you like were playing music for so long, and like now making your masterpieces, like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We
this music is amazing.
it is really good. Like we have a split we're gonna make soon.
That's right.
Yeah, but he's told me his songs are done already, but I still have to work on mine.
Okay,
So
cool. When's that coming out?
I think we're shooting for like February.
Very nice. Any other current projects you have lined up?
No, just that one. Just yeah, gotta wait for new ideas, experiment till I find something new, and then make an album.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you taking this time to join Vibe, man. I'll keep in
Yeah,
touch.
thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, man. It's been good.
All right.
I don't even care what's happening now. Oh my god, she's not even getting blown. These weirdos and the ends are losing their minds in the jungle. Watch what's gonna happen next. Shit gets even weirder. I don't even know why. He takes that mud pile and gives her a mud pie. Woo! And she likes
In the name of Satan.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Why is there blood coming dying out of her gut.
Come on, Professor.
He's killing her inside. She's not having a kid for a while. She must have fucked the wrong guy. Woo! Kill that fucking bitch. After you put that rock through her vagina, yeah. Now she's fucking dead. Now she's fucking dead. What the hell?
This is the most good thing that he's ever seen.
Why?
Getting lost
Did she have
in
to
the
die that way?
vision of the screen. He didn't know what he just comprehend, but everything just got
Why
more
did she
weirder
have to die
darker and
away?
gruesome.
She could have had a time,
Not killed her. The tribe
but
killed him.
instead she
Here
got
he comes.
fucked with a porcupine. Yeah.
Follow him.
She is done talking about with. Are you scarred for life, buddy? Can you live with?
This way, they won't know how many lives there are until we can talk with them. He's running faster than that. 9 minutes. Just terrific. Let's go, man.
I got a dollar.
Don't worry, Red.
Dollar for a broke. Where's your black friend?
I don't see anything.
Mr. E. Capital E. What's his real name? Is it Ernie? Ernie! Eric! Ethan! Oh, what's up? What's your name, bruh? Hi. I'm like Ernie, Eric, Ethan. Uh-oh, another rape scene. Guys, watch. Another rape scene. Another rape scene. No, she gets about the same dealio, kinda. Wait, does she not get raped? She doesn't get raped, does she? No. Can you rewind it? Rewind it and show them what just happened. Dude.
Maybe in trouble. Got it. Here's the detective reasoning through her arms. Something says you're fighting.
Once you will wonder what happened. It lose assess the jungle. To the rhythm.
Wait.
The rhythm of the one.
Yep, it's this stuff, I swear. I am
Sounds, vibrations coming
Oh,
to
man.
the film. What was going on? He had no idea, but the curls were just twisting around in fear. And everything became disengaged, and the words became something crazy, like sucking blood and gruesome. He didn't understand what he ate or what he saw or comprehend, but everything became really interesting.
Just chugging, nothing to go.
You don't
I don't even know what's on the
movement of what was
Is that a girl? A girl with a
clouds
peepee.
became to speak to
And then he moves so we can see the
and the
tripping movie.
sand became an honest grasp that
Where are you going? You're going to reach right into an ambush. No, this is good sign, Professor. You're ready to put a full wing. They just want to show us they're brave warriors. And they want us to follow them to the village. To return the prisoner. I don't know about this. I think they want it for dinner tonight.
They're eating people's cum. That's what's in that tub. Human semen. Yeah. Human semen. Yeah. Mr. A, are you hearing me on the mic? Do you hear me on the mic in there? Is it fucking dope? That's everything that's been going into there, what sounds like. I'm in your head. Can you hear me? I'm talking to you. You in the chair. Can you hear me? I'm listening to your thoughts. I can hear everything inside you.
They are so fierce that if they were all around the area, courageous warriors of the Kumo tribe. These two superpowers of the Green Inferno are perpetually at war with each other. The Yamamomo, these people, the Shaman tribe,
Mr. E. Mr. E and here. Mr. E. Yo, yeah, Mr. E shit. Yeah. Mr. E. Mr. E. What does the E even stand for? Mr. E, Mr. E. What does the E even stand for? Yeah. That's it.
But you're twisting on your nose, twisting. Then you realize that all the people in the trees were getting fucked over by the monkeys and clouds. And you were just lifting off in a space chair while some ladies getting fucked, raped, and terrified for Satan.
Despite the flashy inventions they've been camouflage, the police rules well very well. They need to be very strange to us, which feel distrust. Nevertheless, we're going to observe this future world. That